Hey, sweet friends, this is another month of recreation inspiration. If you want to see whose projects I recreated, let's go. Well, hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you are new, welcome to you as well. This is Christine, so let's get crafting. So, starting with the first inspiration, this is from Emily from Farm Charm Chic, and I thought that these candle stands were so cute. I had made these risers a few years back using wooden blocks and beads. I got the blocks from Walmart. And these are empty spools. These little wood round is from a pack from Walmart, and my napkin. So here I'm taking my napkin and I'm just measuring it on or the larger spool just to cut off what I'm going to be using for this one. And I did the same thing for the smaller spool. Well, initially I was going to use the buffalo check for the bigger one, but then I changed my mind and I'm using the red buffalo check for the larger one. And I'm using my school glue. I'm just using the school glue, wrap the napkin around that. I did remove the ply, and it does look like there's a second ply underneath, but that was actually the back of the first ply napkin. It fooled me too. So I'm using my school glue and wrapping that around, went all the way around, and then cut off the excess, glued down the end, and there was a little piece that was hanging over. We're going to fix that in a little bit. Now for the smaller one, when I removed the ply, the back ply, and tried to glue on that top piece, it looked a little too transparent, so I had to glue on the ply that I removed and then glue on the top piece over that. And I did it that way because I didn't want to paint. You can definitely paint yours if you feel that that's the better option for you. But I just glue on back the ply that I removed, and that worked fine. I saw Emily did these in our last 5 under 5 playlist, which I will link that also down below. You can check that out when you are able to. And I thought this was so easy. I initially didn't have anything planned for this video because I was so behind in terms of doing what I needed to do. But then when I saw that, I realized that I had everything. So I said, let me go ahead and try that. So now I'm taking some beads, some small beads that I had. I'm just cutting them in two using the miter shear. And then I'm going to tape them down on pieces of masking tape so I can actually paint them. Now for this part, you can actually glue on the beads on top of the round pieces before you paint. I actually forgot that that is how I wanted to do it after I already laid them down. So then I use my hand to just press them into the tape, and I water down some Waverly Antique wax, and I'm spreading the wax along the wood grain on the wooden disc as well as the half beads. And this is just way too much wax, Christine. And after I placed them down, I just used a little heat to dry them and then use the baby wipe to wipe it back. And I'm going to use my fix-it-all glue to glue that on. Hot glue will not hold because of the wax, so the fix-it-all glue will hold them on even better. And this is where it's easier for you to just glue them on first and then apply your wax, but I'm doing it in the reverse. So after I lay them out on top of the surface, then I glue them on. And this is what it looks like. So now I'm going to glue on tubing, let's call it that, tubing, to my circle. Glued it on first, and then I'm going to glue it onto the riser. Now I'm doing it like this because I can actually remove that piece later on if I decide to go back to my riser. So next I'm moving on to glue on the second one, or the smaller one, So I did the same thing, just add the hot glue at the base, glue that on the smaller piece, and then add the hot glue at the other end, and then glue that onto the riser. And this is what they look like. Now I'm taking these two small bottle brush Christmas trees and gluing one each on top of the risers. Now Emily used fabric for her middle piece. That's okay, I'm doing mine a little different. And I found these two foam gift boxes, and I just placed them right there. And this is done, my friends. Let me know what you think about these. I love them so much. And there is Emily's on the left, which is my inspiration, and mine on the right. So my video is a part of the Recreation Inspiration. This is a monthly playlist hosted by Loli from Loli D's Creation, Katie from Lady Red Crafting, and this month it is guest host Tasha from Sunflower Tasha DIYs. I enjoy working with these ladies. They're all very talented. Links to their channels will be in the description box below, as well as the playlist. Make sure to check them out. So now I have a very sweet subscriber who sent me some pictures of her DIYs, and I promised her that I would show them in my video. That was so sweet of her to send me. So thank you, Tracy, for sending me your work. They are gorgeous, girl. You are on a roll with those DIYs. So now let's jump into my second recreation. Again, I'm using Emily's craft that she did in her 5 under 5. This DIY I did in a fall video. I will link that one at the top so you can check it out. I did say I was not going to do anything to this side because I wanted to save it for such a time as this, and that time has come, my friend. I got this from the Dollar General. I used the reverse side, and now I'm going to be using the printed side. So I screwed off the pumpkin pie. I'm going to lift that little foam pumpkin or paper pumpkin. Yes, it's paper. So I just lifted that off and soaked it off a little bit, and then sanded it down, prepped the surface because I'm going to be painting it. I untie that bow that I had tied for the other side. I'm going to just loosen that while I work on this side. And the holes where I took the screws from, I'm just filling those with some hot glue. And I sanded it down. I'm going to paint this with 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in ivory. And I gave that 2 good coats. I got these postcards from Temu a while back, and I'm going to use this one with the Santa and the gifts. And that one, because that one, the background on that one is close to the color of the board. So I'm just tearing the edges to give it that perforated look. Just tearing it in small pieces so it doesn't look that sharp. Now if you have a pinking shear, you can use that, or you can tear as you see me do. Now I'm going to use a school glue to attach this to the board. You can also use Mod Podge if you want to. So once I did add a little hot glue at the 4 corners just to keep that in place while the school glue adhere, and just used my hand to smooth that out. It was lifting a little in a little corner, so I just used some hot glue to hold that down. Now while I was doing all of this, I was thinking to myself, okay, what next am I going to be doing? So I had this burlap ribbon where the edges are already frayed. So I just measured, cut off a piece, and then cut that piece in 2, and then just pulled out a few of the strings to give it that untidy edge. If you are new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. I'm so happy you joined me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, and thrift flips. If you love budget-friendly DIYs like these and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit that notification bell. Hit it again and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. And then I attach that to the board using some hot glue. And then I did the same thing for the other side, going in the other direction. Adding the burlap to this gives it a little rustic feel. Emily doesn't or didn't have anything, any form of burlap on hers, but I love that the fact that I added this and it just gave it that rustic charm. Now for the postcard in the middle, because I jagged the edge, I was thinking of adding something else around that just to cover it, but then I wasn't sure whether or not I should have added a piece of jute right around the postcard or just leave it as is. Let me know what you think, whether or not I should add something else around the postcard. I remembered that I didn't add the Mod Podge yet, so that is what you see me doing. And then retie the string that holds the bow on the other side. I also was thinking of doing something on the left side, like maybe taking the black paint pen and writing something there. But I couldn't decide when I was crafting. So here I'm using some mistletoe leaf. I just cut off a few of these leaves and I'm gonna glue them right there. As my husband would say, right there. Oh, he has gotten famous with that last video. Guys, you guys love to hear him. And I'm trying to convince him to do another video voiceover, or even do, as somebody suggested, get him to do his own crafting. Well, that is something to see. You never know. But we'll see how that goes. So the pieces of burlap that I cut off that was left, I just glued that at the top, right there on top of the leaves. And I found this little piece of ribbon in my stash. I made a small bow and I glued that on top of the burlap. I love how the colors blended in with the Santa's suit. Let me take a moment here and thank all of my subscribers and returning friends. If you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, my friend? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I welcome you to join my family. And this is where I said I was trying to decide whether or not I should write something there. But I left it off because I wasn't sure what I was going to write. And then I took 2 half beads, glued one on either side. And this is the fall side and Christmas side. This is a dual purpose piece. Can serve for 2 seasons, fall and Christmas, and you can't beat this. So there it is, my friends. And then I found some berries and I glue that on top of the bow, and that ties it in a little bit more. I think I love it. Let me know what you think about this, my friends. You can stop here as I did, or you can go further. Anyway, it would still be cute. Love it. Thank you so much for sticking around. Here we are for the final reveal. I want to thank Loli and Katie for having me on this playlist this month. Last month I had a blast. I was their guest host last month and that video did very well. But let me know which one of these 2 DIYs was your favorite today. Thank you, Katie and Loli, for having me. Thank you, Emily, for the inspiration. Emily's projects are on the right and mine on the left. I love these. But if you love budget-friendly content like this and you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so before you leave. And to watch more, I suggest this video right here or this playlist. And stay safe, my friends. Remember, Jesus loves you and so do I. Bye.